Hey, everybody. Welcome to my first live in over 7 years. I tried it a while back and it was a disaster. Back in 2017, I tried to go live. It was the rage on YouTube. Everybody was getting in on the live shows, and I decided I wanted to give it a try, and it was so bad. Back then, it was much more confusing than it is now. So I think I'm live. I think it says live. So I suppose I am. So I wanted to reach out to everybody and reach out in a different way. I've always took the approach that I would do things according to video and video only, but yet people were asking, say, "Hey, how come you never go live?" So I decided to do this today and see how it worked out. So I titled it "New Guns and Ammo Shortage and just the TFG channel," because YouTube has really changed the way we do things, and people change the way they do things, but YouTube also has changed the way they do things, and it's really interesting. Haven't been in this a long time. I started this in March of 2011, so I've been at this for a long time, and I'm just now getting around to lives. I had no problem joining other people's lives, never held one myself, and it's it was really confusing, but nonetheless, new guns. I get asked every day, what about the new Kahr? Now, if you follow the channel, you might know that a while back I talked about Kahr coming out with a new pistol, a double stack 9, similar footprint to a subcompact 9mm pistol. Kahr Arms, love them or hate them, they're doing it, and I love them. I've loved Kahr way before I started making videos. I was into guns, and I carried a Kahr, and I just fell in love with the brand itself. I said these are phenomenal handguns. But the one thing they were really missing was that double stack. And a year ago, well, after shot, I made a video stating that they're going to make a double stack. It is in the process, and nobody knew, including me, when this would actually come about. Well, I recently got word that it is coming very, very soon. And I said on that video that I would be among the first to review it, and that's holding true. So it seems as if very shortly, I'm not sure when, the new Kahr double stack will be shown on this channel, and I really look forward to it. I'm like that kid on A Christmas Story that wanted the BB gun so bad, and they say, "You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid." That's how I feel with the Kahr double stack. Being a fan for so many years and owning so many Kahr arms, I really wanted the double stack. Now, I also mentioned in that video that there are going to be some features on there that we haven't seen yet, and I stand by that. And I was able to handle one for the first time at the NRA show in Indianapolis, and I will tell you that everything you know about Kahr is changed with this new model, and I really can't wait to check that out. It's going to be awesome. Another experience I recently had with new guns was that I was out in Boonesville, Missouri. Now, Boonesville sounds like just some town that is like a hick town. It's not like that at all. Beautiful area, Boonesville, Missouri. But I was invited out to a CMMG event, and it was the Mark 47 Descent is what they featured, and and that was a real neat rifle that they have in 7.62, and it was really nice. It was super nice. Now at that time we weren't sure what the MSRP would be. I still don't think we know because although it's been introduced, it's not out in the wild yet, but that's a cool rifle. I really enjoyed reviewing that. I'd love to get my hands on it and take it to my own range, but I'm not sure that's going to happen because I think it's like right around $2,300. So a bit more on the pricey side. Another one is Walther. Walther's coming out with some new stuff, guys. Seriously, they're coming out with some new stuff. I was actually hoping, which motivated me to do this. I was hoping to get a new or newer Walther. Even now, I have no idea what it is. I went to pick it up at my FFL today. It's in, and nobody came to the door. It's pouring rain. I'm standing out there in the pouring rain, texting and calling, saying, "Hey, I'm here," and I never got it. So my original plans were to feature this Walther, but instead I'm on here with you. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but they're always coming out with some new stuff. A lot of people calling for the double stack 9 from Walther too. I think they have it going. They are, one thing about Walther, you have to give them credit. They're very, very, very tight lipped. When you talk to them, you're like, come on now, huh? You can tell Danny what's going on. They're like, yeah, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. So that's what's going on there. You may have noticed that I have been featuring some bull armory. See the hat right there? Bull armory. And the latest was the axe full size hatchet. And I really love that. I think that is a phenomenal gun. Really digging all the comments too. Here we have, let's see, Marianne's Kitchen, TAB, my man TAB. I've known that guy for years. Marianne's Kitchen, hang on. I work with her. Hi, Marianne. Pepe, Shooting Gallery, Mike Reese, Kurt, Walker Customs, Julio Flores. Oh, wow. Riders Range, my man. So Riders Range and TAB videos are two guys that I hang out with on a regular basis. Some of the finest people you ever want to meet. They really are both very helpful. I try to help them out when I can, but I never feel like I give back as much as I receive just by knowing those guys, enjoying their friendship, and enjoying everything that I could take in from their knowledge. It's really, really quite amazing. So, Riders Range and TAB videos, previously known as Trees of Blown. I'm going to ask you guys to check that out. Check out those channels. They're great. But I recently showed the Axe FS hatchet, and I really love that gun. We're on the topic of new guns now. I really love that because it is it's patterned after a Glock Gen 3 17, but it's not anything like it at all. It just has so many upgrades to it, and I find it just the upgrades really matter. That's why everybody changes out their Glocks and does all types of aftermarket improvements just because they want to upgrade it. This thing for an MSRP of 620 bucks is already souped up, ready to go out of the case, optic ready, direct mount, RMR. It really is pretty amazing. Walter's here. Wow. You know what I like about this is that I'm able to see people that I see on video, but now I see them live. And I guess that's one of the benefits of doing a live chat is that you can actually reach out and talk. Decided to do this on my own, not to have any guests or anything, just to see if I can get into this thing and make it work. Got a cool knife recently. This is made by Bear OPS. It's a very cool 3-inch blade knife with an aluminum handle. And then you can just put it down like that. It has these levers right there. And by using those, it can deploy. And then sometimes it doesn't go all the way down. But if you give it a little flick, it'll go all the way down. And another cool knife that I just got is made by Tetco. It's called an A5 Spry. Years back, an auto blade was not legal in Michigan. And then they became legal by a Republican, and now we can enjoy things like this. This is a Tetco A5 Spry auto blade. And prior to that, I had the Boker Kalishnikov, and it's just a flick out blade. Very small, very concealable, very small, cool little knife there. But anyhow, so the Bull Armory handguns have been a lot of fun. Really love the TAC 4 1/4. Love the axe hatchet. The fit and finish on those are pretty supreme. Just think they're first class all the way, and really enjoyed it. What's up, Mo? Vincent, the smoke. Walker Customs, Brian Knight, Dean, I buy cool stuff. Dean Soba, I buy cool stuff. He just put a collaboration video that we did 6 or 7 years ago up on his channel. So if you didn't see it on this channel, because it was a while back, go check out I buy cool stuff. Dean's my man. He's actually local to me, and I tell you what, I was at his house, and he he has just an amazing collection. It's like a museum of historic rifles. Crazy stuff. JJD's in the house. Another topic that I wanted to discuss is the potential of an ammo shortage. I have varying opinions about this. I put a video out last week, and I heard every side of the concept that anybody could possibly hear. Some people are saying their shelves are currently emptier than they used to be. Other people saying their shelves are full. And the people that are saying their shelves are full, the places I've been, I agree with you. The places are filled with ammo. But if you recall the last ammo shortage, it wasn't taking place immediately. Once it was projected with the riots and the COVID and the what else? Everything. It was like the perfect storm. The lack of employees out there, people on the government aid, not wanting to go to work, all that took effect. And what happened was it was the perfect storm and we had an ammo shortage. It wasn't as if it was projected and then the next day there was an ammo shortage. So to protect yourself, and there is ammo at your local store, why not just get it if you have the funds? Like that's what I'm doing. I'm getting as much as I can, but that really doesn't change as to what I normally do. I know I shoot a lot, but it's just really enjoyable just knowing. It's almost like money. They say money can't make you happy, but a lack of money will make you miserable. And those who have been poor, which I have to believe is just about everybody there in the chat anyhow. I was so poor once. I really struggled financially, and it was miserable because when you don't have money, you're always wondering how you're going to get money. And if you recall with our ammo shortage, when you don't have ammo, the only thing you can think about is how am I going to get ammo? And then you end up way overpaying. And at that moment where the prices increased to a point where it wasn't even fun to go shoot because all you heard was not brass clanging on the ground, but you heard dollars falling on the ground as you shot. You kept saying to yourself, as did I, man, if I only knew this was going to happen, I would have been all over this when I had a chance. Is there going to be a shortage? That part's still up in the air. It is projected there will be a price increase, and I think that's going to happen. A shortage, there are a lot of concepts that have to take place to make that happen, but it can happen. Those of us who have been around and shooting for a long time knows that ammo is like the stock market. It goes up and down like a roller coaster, goes up and down. And right now we're at uptime. Most people can go to their gun store, get a box or two of ammo and not really have to worry about it. But it seems that if we miss out on our opportunity now and then there is a shortage, you're going to say, that TFG was right. I should have done it. And it's not just me saying that, trust me. So good to see everybody in here. I'm showing currently 103 people in here. I wasn't sure what to expect. What's up, Ed, Zachary, Joe Morgan, Mo? Some of these guys I see leaving comments all the time. I appreciate you guys. I really do. You guys do an amazing job. I'm just following the channel and being supportive. I get people that have known me and followed me, and they say, your viewership is so loyal. They are so loyal. And I said, I know, it blows me away because it's not reflective of society who is disloyal. Society, people are disloyal. You have people you work with say, yeah, I'll get right to that. And they never do it and wait for you to take care of the heavy lifting stuff at work. But yet here, so many people support the channel. They come out with every video, and that is also through a lot of bad videos, and they still stuck with me. Can you believe that? But it's so good to see everybody. BEM, hey man, I want to tell you, when you left those shotgun shells with Don, they were put to good use. I certainly appreciate that. We have Ghost here. Wow. YouTube Kid, the smoke. So great to see everybody. So the ammo shortage is still yet to be seen. Is it going to happen immediately? No. Are the prices going to increase? Well, if Vista Outdoors, the largest manufacturer, I would guess in the world, says there's going to be a price increase, then there's probably going to be a price increase. Now, all the rumors last month about Lake City, much of that has been debunked when they said, "Oh, they signed government contracts and they're not selling to the civilian market anymore." A lot of that has turned out not to be true, but that's just how it's reported, and some of that were comments from the people at Lake City themselves. But I do think there is going to be a price increase. I'm not sure if there's going to be a shortage, but even if there is, even if there's a price increase, we tend to look back and say, I should have got it basically when it was on sale compared to where it is now, which is a better way to go. And then I gave the example of having money versus not having money. Same thing applies. So we'll have to see. That last shortage was tough though. I ran into some people. I bought a lot of ammo in parking lots during that time because these guys had certain ways. I even made a video about it, sharing ways that to kind of beat the online algorithm with certain gun stores. And speaking of online gun stores, that's another thing. You get companies like Cheaper Than Dirt and others just skyrocketing the price of ammo. And people that hit that desperation mode, they get it no matter what the cost. And they're just totally ripping people off. And yet we're saying, well, at least I can get it. How many stories have you heard where people had something in their cart and they go to check out and it was more than what they agreed to pay when they put it in their cart? That is a reality. It reminds me of going to the gas station. The gas that was purchased was already purchased at a certain cost, but when gas went up, they immediately raised their price because that is the market value. But when you buy it, scammers like Cheaper Than Dirt, that's not the market value. That is their value, which is a complete ripoff. And there are others out there, and I wasn't prepared so much to talk about Cheaper Than Dirt. I hate that company. I hate what they do to gun owners and the gun community by taking advantage of them. Back in 2012, they were selling magazines, AR mags, for over $100, just a total ripoff, making fools of us while people were running around trying to get mags because Obama and Biden were saying that they're going to get rid of them. And meanwhile, all these other places are out of stock because there's this mad rush to get these AR mags and AK mags and anything that held 30 rounds, mad rush to do it. They would have a couple cases in stock and bam, they were gone. But who has them? Cheaper Than Dirt has them. Sure, if you want to pay over $100 to get a mag, even locally, there were guys that would load up a mag because the ammo was so scarce, especially the 5.56, so hard to get. They would load up a mag and sell for $150. I could have made a fortune, to be honest. I could have made a fortune had I gone that route, but it's not good for the gun community. It's also not good just to give it away and say, here you go, $5. I have so many mags and I could have easily loaded them up because I have a lot of rifle ammo. I could have easily loaded those up and sold them and made a fortune. And I could have justified it, but I wouldn't have felt right about it. I would have felt very wrong about it. And some of these scammers like Cheaper Than Dirt, Dick's Sporting Goods, some of these other online losers who are ripping off the gun community, just so embarrassing. And speaking of online, I will tell you, I trust no site that I have not done business with. And there's a reason for that. I don't care if it's ammo, I don't care if it's fishing gear, I don't care who it is. It could be a scam site. Hey, Kurt, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. That is my first ever super chat right there by Kurt. I appreciate that. It's going right toward ammo, brother. So thank you very much. Kind of caught me by surprise, actually. This is my first chat I ever did by myself. 20 minutes in and really enjoying it. But anyhow, where was I? I was talking about the scam sites. It- you They show up first in many cases on the searches. You go to search, say you want to search a Glock 19. What do you have? The Glock handgun store, and it's all fake, one after another, and everything is fake. And you go to like they are so sophisticated that they target every manufacturer out there, and they're all fake. And the one thing that is that just kind of proves themselves to be losers is that they have the payment of crypto. You can pay with Bitcoin. Whoa, Alan, thank you, sir. Wow. I am grateful and I'm humbled at the super chat. Never expected it. It's going to go right back into ammo so I can continue to make content, and I certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. But these fake sites are so dangerous, and you know what's weird is that you may be wise enough to know the difference. You may have been scammed yourself. It's not something you're going to go brag to your buddies about, but some people leave public comments to me and they say, I got ripped off. I thought I was getting a great deal and I got ripped off. More than just a couple, guys, more than just a couple. I've had several people say, I totally got ripped off by these scam sites. And now they're out there with ammo. And one of the first things they do is try to friend you on Instagram or Facebook and develop this little relationship so that you gain trust in them. And they say, oh, yeah, by the way, I have this store that it offers the best deals. Oh, we could beat buds, we could beat grab a gun, we could beat them all. Just come to this store. It's just I do it out of my basement. It's not like the other ones that have large overhead costs, and then they will rip you off terribly. And people tell me that it really does work and that they have been ripped off. Once again, Alan, thank you so much. And Kurt, I'm truly humbled by that. It really means a lot. The third subject, and by the way, I should probably take a look at some of these. This is not only do you know you're an old man when you don't understand technology, just to do this really freaked me out. Thanks, Pepe. I appreciate that sticker. That's humbling to me as well. But you also need readers. I have contacts in. Okay, I've been wearing contacts since I was a teenager. But when you need contacts and readers, you're in trouble. All right, Dale's in the house. He said, "Love the videos and the topic of fake sites." I appreciate that. I used to make a lot of videos on the fake sites. Not a lot. I probably have 8 or 9 out there, and I literally could start its own channel just on fake sites. But people stopped watching them. It was just more of the same, I guess. But also, even though people stopped watching them, I also had a lot of feedback from people saying, "Hey, thanks for this. I had items in my cart and was getting ready to check out, and I came across your video after I did a search and found out this was fake." And so I'm like, you know what? It's worth it if I could save somebody. Sportsman's Warehouse is what Mo says. Yeah, no argument there. I would buy there. Mike Reese is in the house. He said he lives near Blesses on the East Coast. Okay. Squibload. Hey, Squibloads, man. We went to some 2A rallies together in Lansing, Michigan. Good to see you. Yes, social media. We have Robert. Dad, you can get multifocal lenses. I could, but when I take these off and I look past my hand right now, I see fine. But to look at the fine print of the chat, I do this and I can see everything. It just like jumps out at you. So I do like that. We have Jeff in the house, Gun Wild One, awesome guy. He's always putting out neat stuff. He reviews those random things that you don't really see too often on YouTube. Something that you're like, oh, I didn't even know that product existed, and then there he is reviewing it. So Springfield, Missouri, Prop Doctor. Prop Doctor's been with me a long time. Yeah, cool guy, no doubt. Same with Walter. I see some of the names in the chat, and it's just like it just rings a bell because these people have been with me for so long, which makes me amazed that they even stuck with me after so many bad videos. Um, Another topic that I want to touch on is the channel itself, because I one of the things that worries me when I get a new gun, when I do a video, is that it becomes so routine that it's predictable. I worry about that. I don't want to be so predictable that if I'm going to review a gun, you know exactly what's going to happen because I do the same thing. I don't think I do, because if you notice, one of the things I do on many occasions is I don't have 40 cut scenes. I try to just go all the way through it. Now, if I say something wrong, say something that's not right, whoa, shooting gallery, thanks, bro. Wow. The one thing I'm learning is that these super chats jump out at you. Like there's this neon color and it just kind of jumps out at you. And I want to acknowledge the people that are supporting the channel. And I really appreciate it. I don't have what's that one everybody ran to? They were asking for the one where they ask everybody to donate money. I can't remember right now. I never bothered with it, but this is cool. I like this. I like doing this, reaching out and getting feedback. This is great. I love it. Um, but I don't want to be too routine. But at the same time, I have to be me. I have to be the way I do things. So I'm hoping that it's not too routine. You may have noticed that I started two new series, one called Think About It Thursday, and I was trying to come up with something that could be more regularly scheduled, because every YouTube expert out there will tell you schedule Patreon. Thanks, Chubby. Love that name, Chubby Catfish. Yes, Patreon. Everybody was doing Patreon, but I never did. I never felt right doing that. But this is something different. People are doing it through a live chat, and I'm not asking for it. But I am going to talk about channel memberships because I want to get some thoughts about it, because I'm not looking to enrich myself in doing it at all. But it is a way, it is another format to do something like this, just in a little bit of a more private setting. So we're going to get to that part. But the Think About It Thursday is more of a scheduled thing. I don't know that I'm going to hit every Thursday, but every YouTube guru out there says schedule your videos. Let your viewers know when you're going to upload, what they can expect, and then deliver on that. I've never done that. I'm like, if I have the video made and it's not midnight, why not just throw it out there? Like, what do I care? If they don't see it tonight, they'll see it tomorrow. And if they don't see it at all, that means they weren't interested to begin with. Like I never bought into the schedule the video at a specific time. Maybe you guys could let me know if you think that's a good idea. I honestly, I don't care. It to say, hey, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to just do a video. You can expect that every Wednesday. And then I don't do it on a Wednesday. And then I feel like I just let everybody down. But anyways, that's why I tried to just delve into it a little bit, put my little pinky in the water and said, think about it Thursday. I'm gonna try to do something every Thursday, something that we have to think about, and we'll see if people watch. I'll keep doing it. If people stop watching, like the fake ammo and gun store videos I was making with all the frauds, then I'll let it go. But I also started another series called Is This Pistol Still Relevant? And that one I think I could keep going for a while because there are so many different ways you can go with it. You know, is this pistol relevant? Hey, Merry Christmas 313. Good to see you. Michael 3. Wow, this is, one of the advantages of doing a live chat is that you reach people in a different way, and it's pretty cool because you get so caught up, especially when you're old geezer like me. 56 years old, by the way, soon to be 57. Smash time, thanks. 556. I've seen that on your channel. See what he did there? Very clever. Very clever. 556. I appreciate it, bro. Next on your next chat, I'll be sure to give you 5.57. Okay, just to be weird. But is this pistol still relevant? Many people will say, well, if it shoots, it's relevant, period. Well, perhaps so, but I'm trying to get a little bit of feedback here. Like I get the idea that it shoots, it's relevant. Okay. You ever get a gun where you actually shoot it and it goes like 3 feet to the right? Okay, so it's not equal across the board whether it shoots or not. But nonetheless, so I wanted to do that series there. I want to also take a minute and talk about shorts because shorts on YouTube is an interesting concept. I fought them at first. I did not want to do them. I said, I'm cheating my viewers by doing shorts. But as they went on, I noticed something. I said, you're either going to get in on it or you're going to be left behind because there are certain channels out there that are just killing it doing shorts and shorts only. Is it my goal to kill it and just be like this famous guy on YouTube? No, it was never my goal to do that. But I also don't want to go backward. Okay. So it's an interesting dynamic when you're in this. It's like I don't want to be too routine. I want to come up with something different, but I don't want to take away from who I am and what the people can expect. What next? And that's why I came up with think about it Thursday and is this pistol still relevant? So we'll see if it has lasting power. But shorts, if you don't do some type of shorts, you literally and you make content, you're going to get left behind because you're reaching a different crowd. You're not just sending content out to your subscribers, you're sending content out to the masses on YouTube, and the shorts is a great way to get you there. So I've been doing a lot of shorts. Plus, I got a new computer. Man, I tell you, some of the people. I'm going to go to SHOT Show in a couple of weeks. I'm only going. By the way, I'm only going to the show itself one day. One day. There's a reason. I'm going to tell you that. But one day, I'm going to the show. That's it. I hate Vegas. I literally hate Vegas. I can't stand it. It's Sin City for a reason, and I try my best to avoid sin at every opportunity. I'm on this side of the earth. Nonetheless, where was I going? I already talked about channel memberships. Let's talk about that. When channel memberships first came out, people said, hey, you can get your people to donate to you, and then you will have to offer them something. And I said, well, if I wanted my people to donate to me, then I could have opened up Patreon, but I didn't do that because I don't want my people to donate to me. Okay. Like we're to a degree that I'm going to be asking for every video. It's just not me. Okay. And the membership seemed to have a different twist to it. It's not just give money and here I am taking your money and there's no benefit. Like you didn't sign up to follow this channel so that you could just have your wallet a little thinner each time you watch a video. And I get that. I would never expect that of anybody. But the memberships also have advantages, and people are doing live chats with just their members. They're doing giveaways with just their members. They're doing all kinds of stuff with just their members. And I said, now that is something I wouldn't mind getting involved with. So if you would please let me know if it's something, and I don't even care if it's the least amount offered, if that's something you would be interested in joining, because I look around my gun room, I see stuff that I don't use that's valuable, that has good good value to it, and I just don't use it. And I'm like, somebody could really enjoy this. And I was thinking maybe channel membership is the way to go. Oh, another caliber 7.62. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate it, sir. I might just buy some 7.62 with that. Although I have quite a bit of 7.62. I take after that Obama travesty years ago, I stocked up on rifle ammo. And what happened was when it went south with the last ammo shortage, I was able to give some to my friends when they got a new rifle. Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate it, sir. So let me know if you think a channel membership would be a good thing. And it would be something where we could do private live chats. I could invite you guys in and we could have a little bit of a group discussion, not like this where I just talk and everybody gets the wonderful luxury of listening to me, but just a little more of a relationship, I guess would be a good way to say it. More of a relationship instead of just an online thing. So I'm thinking about that. Let me see. I talked about my three subjects. If anybody has anything for me, let me know. I'm currently looking at the comments. You say B, yeah, I'm sure it is 313. Trigger so smooth. I have an awesome AK. It's an M70 and it's a AB2. It's an underfolder. Love that thing, but I had the trigger changed out and I can't remember the name of the trigger. They pretty much went out of business with AKs because you had to do some light gunsmithing to get it to work right. Well, apparently mine needed some light gunsmithing and it never happened and it made the trigger spring too light. So I was getting light primer strikes and it sat in the safe. And now I'm seeing that same AK on the used market sold for $1,300, $1,400. Kind of blows me away. I'm like, people are paying on the new market 12, 13, $1,400, and I've got one sitting in the safe and I don't even touch it. I don't even look at it. And it's really a shame. I really need to do something. Let's see. I would join a membership if it wasn't a tier system, one flat rate, not a dozen different levels. See, now I have to learn about that because I really don't know all of the details. I'm wondering if that's something I would control or if YouTube controls it. Because if YouTube controls it, which is probably how it is, then it may not be great. But if I have some control over how it's going to do or how it's going to be ran, then which you should have control. You're doing all the legwork behind it. YouTube just sits back and cashes the money. Well, dang, late to the party again. Well, I'm still glad you're here, Patrick. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. Okay, okay, BEM, thanks. No YouTube Gestapo. Subscribe star is great. No YouTube Gestapo. I guess I don't know what that is. You see, even if I tried to open up a Patreon account, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. But even if I tried, I still wouldn't get how it goes. Okay, I'm just not awesome when it comes to fit. Just to do this was a big deal. Tungsten colored OD. Yeah, there's a big difference, Mark. A huge difference with the color. Yeah, you're talking gray and a dark green. Dan, you totally control it. Okay, Walther, I appreciate that. And I did get your answer. You said you would join if it's a flat rate. I think you have to make at least three, if I read that correctly. You have to make at least three payment structures. I think that's what I read a while back when it first came out. One of the yeah, now I'm circling back. I'm going to back to the guns because I'm at the 40-minute mark. Still enjoying this, by the way. One of the guns I was so stoked to get, and I still love it, is the Bull Armory Tac 4 1/4. That thing is so nice. And when I shoot that, it's just like so soft with that aluminum frame and a little short, lightweight trigger pull. The double stack 1911s, 2011s, I don't care how you call it, there are still new manufacturers coming out with their versions. And I'm telling you guys, people are paying $4,000 and $5,000 for these. It's true. They really are. And if you think about it, that's a ton of money. But if you only have yourself and a buddy making them and you're hand fitting and hand polishing everything, you can't sell that for $2,500. You're wasting your time. You're not going to put all that work into everything that it takes to make a dynamic handgun to take a loss. And so there's a market for these, and everybody's all staccato, staccato, all staccato. I like staccato, but I like the bowl better. I like the bowl better. It just is really nice. And I did a comparison with Ryder's Range out at his range, and we really enjoyed it. We had a great time comparing both of those. Uh, he's a big staccato guy. I think he has three of them, and I tell you what, if you guys want to watch somebody that can shoot the nuts off a gnat, go to Ryder's Range. I get humbled each time I start feeling special. Like I think after I leave, I have to call my mother and tell her that I'm sad and I need ice cream because that guy really he can. Does it's not even it cannot be described at how well this guy can shoot. He's just got the gift, and he's spent a lot of time practicing. I'm sure of it, but he's got a beautiful range. I really love going there. What else we got going on? TAB still leaving comments. Love that guy. I tell you what, he's been growing at a rapid rate. TAB videos, trees are blowing, growing at a rapid rate. And you know, we I've been a small part of that. I meet him up north and we shoot some of the guns that I have. And speaking of one that he recently put up, and so did I, is the new Xar EP9 carbine. Xar, when they just had the EP9, let's think about this now. Everybody was saying, "Oh, Xar." At that time, it was 400. Now it's 450. They're saying for $400 is like half the price of a CZ Scorpion. Is it of the same quality? If they're both 400, I choose the Scorpion. Okay, but they're not both 400. So Xstar was getting high praises by many people. Then they came out with the Gen 2, made an M-lock handguard. They made nicer grip. They came out with their own mags. They changed the overall profile, a little less bulky, put a brace on there. It was great. And then people said, well, that's not enough. We want more. So then they came out with the EP45. Same thing. Now, by this point, they took the brace off because it was being fought in the courts and everything about the whole brace thing. But they also made it so if the brace battle is won, you could easily put it back on. Okay. But they put a rubber pad on there. Anyhow, they came out with the EP45. And a lot of people like that, but they said, but I want 10 millimeter. Well, Xtar is not SIG. SIG has groups and groups of engineers, they have assemblers, they have parts makers, they have all this stuff. If you ever did a factory tour at a gun manufacturer facility, you would be amazed at how it looks. And this is what I just did when I was in Boonesville, Missouri with CMMG. CMMG is now making their own barrels. Do you know how big of a deal that is to make rifle barrels? If you make rifle barrels, you instantly have a multitude of potential customers out there because some of these smaller rifle companies are literally making their products in their basement. To be a barrel producer is huge. And the first question I asked, right? This machine was beautiful, state of the art. They bought it from Germany for millions. And I said, "Hang on, you guys are making your own barrels?" Yeah. How long you been doing this? Under a year. I said, "Do you have customers that you sell barrels to?" I said, "Yeah, quite a few." And so when you see something like that and you see what it takes to produce a firearm, and you have all the offices on one side with the engineers, and you have people assembling here, and you have parts inspectors, and you see a machine go down, then all of a sudden people have to go fix the machine, and then over here you've got a shooting area where they shoot into a hole in the wall that is meant for that, and you come over here and they're polishing things. It really is pretty amazing. And so when we think about Xstar, they don't have all that, you know. So some of these places have these big, huge, literal factories, and you have other people that have this little non-branded building on the side of some random road in the middle of nowhere producing guns. And we think here they are up at some high tower in New York City living the high life. They're not. Are they hurting? Probably not. Probably not at all. But they're also not the way many people envision a gun manufacturer to be. All right, where are we at? Dan, what's your email? The firearm guy at gmail.com. I believe I have that right on the channel page too. The best way to get a gun is to go to the range and see if they have one to rent. Yeah, yep, I've done that several times, and sometimes I just go if there's just something there I've never shot before, I'll do that. But I don't go to indoor ranges too much. Most of my company sales are barrels and carriers. Isn't that interesting, El Tenda? My man, El Tenda, awesome guy. Doesn't make videos too often these days. Um, let's see. What else could we discuss? If anybody, if anybody has anything for me, go ahead and throw it in there. Dean. Dean Dean works with my mom, and he said, "I will mention to your mom that she's a YouTube star." Yeah, do that, please. Tell her next time I shoot with Ryder, I need her to take me out for ice cream because my self-esteem has been shot. Mary Ann's Kitchen. Hey, bring me some of that bread tomorrow, would you, lady? All right. Yeah, very cool chat with you. Hey, I appreciate it, Brian. Hey, I've watching me for years. You're right here in Michigan. Hey, that's awesome. I have to say though, I'm not sure how long that Michigan thing's gonna last. I haven't mentioned it on video once. I don't know how long this Michigan resident's gonna last in Michigan. I just don't like the climate. It's and I'm not talking about the weather. I can deal with the weather. I don't like the political climate. I I've gotten sick of this state. And you know what else? You drive around Michigan and the roads, they're ever ever since I've been alive, there have been problems with the roads. Okay, that's normal. And they are so bad here. When you like immediately when you cross over to the border in Ohio, my family did last summer a vacation trip. We were down in Arkansas. We are all through Kansas and where else? You name it. We were all throughout the South. We came back through St. Louis or not St. Louis. What am I thinking of? Beautiful city. I'll think about it. It's in Missouri. Kansas City. That's what I'm thinking about. Kansas City, Missouri. We were through there. And then this summer I was at TriggerCon in Wichita, Kansas. Fell in love. The roads are so nice. The minute you pull into Michigan and you're like, boom, 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 boom. It's like, what the hey? I was just didn't even notice how nice the roads were until I came here and how bad they are. But that's not even why. I could live with the roads. I can't live with Lansing. Can't stand them. All right. Smash Time says everyone push the thumbs up. Hey, if through this chat you have fallen in love with me even more, that's sarcasm. Smash Time's going to run a chat later on tonight. He said he is. We'll see. He usually does. This guy has a show that a lot of people love. Anyhow, he may invite me on there. We talked about it beforehand. He's one of those guys we talk on the phone and let him cry on my shoulder. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I may be on his show tonight. Smash Time. 2 words. Smash Time. You may notice I have a hat that says Smash Time. I wear it on video on occasion. Smash Time. Smash. This guy. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. We're at 51 minutes. I really enjoyed this. If you want to see this type of format again, now that I have it and I've done it and I know I can do it, unlike last time when it was a total disaster, perhaps I will. Maybe once every couple weeks or so. I don't want to regularly schedule anything and become this guy because let me tell you something. I have seen people who had dynamic channels, like really good content, where they worked hard and they sought out after various guns and then the ammo to feed them. And they did their research and they presented well. They had a good stage presence. They did everything that it takes to run a successful YouTube channel. But then they started doing live chats. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing live chats at all. This is why I've been wanting to do this for a while before I finally took the time to figure it out. But there's no research, no sweat equity in this. You just talk from the top of your head, and if you have guests on, you just hold a conversation. It's almost like the difference between YouTube and Instagram. YouTube, to make a video and to make a good video and make it informative and to demonstrate and to know what you're talking about and take ownership of that product so that you are answering questions before they're even asked because you took the time to learn. That's hard. That's hard. Taking a picture of that same product and putting it on Instagram and getting 100,000 likes, that's easy. There's a huge difference. And so when you talk about people who used to put forth the effort and energy to make a good dynamic video, and then you have high hopes for the video, and all of a sudden it gets 2,000 views and it's a big letdown. And so what do? They do live chats. They're like, this is no stress. Anybody could do this. I can get out there and just talk. Have my buddies on there, just talk. And then they do it. And they do it again. And they do it again. And they do it again. And next thing you know, they wonder why their channel's sinking. It can be one of the greatest reach out concepts that you could have to your people, or it could be the death of your channel if you make it an everyday thing. So I don't want to do it all the time, but you get the pulse of your subscribers. You're right, Dale, and that's why I was asking about the channel memberships and asking if that's something that would be a good route to go. Not to get enriched by it. That's not the motive, but more of a more intimate setting with members where it would be just a member and plus certain giveaways that I have. I'd be able to do that easily. I've got a lot of stuff here. Okay, what else do we got going on here? I bet your investment and whoa, Dean, let's see. Contact live with your subscriber, but your investment is this. That's true, but it's not the same, Dean. You know, imagine if I went to your house that day with that video you just uploaded where you and I worked together on. Actually, you were the brains behind the project. All I did was introduce and close out the video. But if I took one of those rifles home with me and I had to learn everything about it, and then I had to go get the ammo and then go shoot it and talk about my shooting impressions and talk about a little bit of the history of it and go through all of that. That's work. That's work. And then I need to make sure I don't scratch it by the time I hand it back to you because you're bigger than I am. But that's the difference of work between this. This to me is not work. This is enjoyable. Um, just reading the comments, knowing that I have people that are taking time out of their Sunday night to be here with me. This is enjoyable. That other stuff is work. So when people make a habit of just doing live chats and they avoid the work, and yet other people will say a video's a video's a video, so long as you have a video. Well, that's true too, but I've been at this long enough to know a video is not a video because a good video and a bad video don't carry the same weight. A bad video is one in which you just throw it out there, but you haven't done the legwork and heavy lifting to make it a good video, at least to a standard that you believe is high. And so if there are times when I go through everything exactly as I wanted to, and I said, I just don't like it. I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the way I did that. I think I could do better and I'll do it all over again. Just because I have a high standard of what I think is acceptable, and I've been at this long, and I'm going on 2,500 videos. Some of them are really bad, and I'm not here to say, "Hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm so good." I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that I have a certain standard that I have to reach, not necessarily for you, the viewer, for me, so that I have the peace when I hit that private to public setting that I know that I'm giving these guys the best that I have. And if I fall short of that, then I know it. And that would bother me. And so when I first started this, when YouTube was only a couple years old, I used to say, just get something out there. Who cares? Everybody just they'll grab a gun, they'll just pop, 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 make a 6-second video. And I'm like, and then after a while, I'm like, this is stupid. What did you offer anybody? I didn't offer anybody anything. They got to watch me shoot a gun. There's no value in that. So that's just the way I think, guys. I hope this wasn't a rant, or I hope I didn't cut on anybody. I certainly didn't intend to, but uh, it's just what I think. I've been at this long enough. I do hold a little authority with longevity. That part I do hold some authority over. I do have longevity with this. All right. What else is going on in the chat? Got all my friends here. Uh-huh. Smash Time says it takes 3 hours to research a guest on my live chats. Yeah, he did that with me. He said I was one of I was in early on with his show, and that he went and watched a bunch of my videos, and I'm like, what are you doing? All you have to do is watch one or two and think perhaps it's not too late to cancel this guy off my show, is probably what he was thinking. Okay. The refrigerator and shotgun videos that you've got YouTube kidding. What a name. The refrigerator door. Okay, I got a place up in northern Michigan. That's where I see TAB at. And it's a 3-hour drive from where I live. And I love the place. My wife and I bought it back in '01. They don't have curbside pickup. They have a dump where you take your trash to. And then in the dump is a big metal section. So sometimes I'll go back in the metal section just to see if there's anything that I can shoot, either target to keep or something that would make a neat range review. Well, there's been very little the last couple of years, but I found this commercial grade refrigerator door and I got a ton of content out of that because it was so much stronger than the refrigerator that you and I have in our homes. So it made it really cool. And a lot did not penetrate and a lot did. But I'll tell you, when I took that 50 Action Express right through it like a knife in butter, I'll tell you. It was pretty cool. All right. Join me here in Springfield, Missouri area. Oh, I would love to. I would love to be in the middle of the country. But I do have, and my wife has parents that are around. We want to be there for them if we're called upon it. And plus, I have my place up in northern Michigan. Our place. We bought it together. We love it. So that's what's going on. So yeah, we're not we don't want to be too far away from that or our parents who we need to keep a close contact with. And I'll leave you guys with this last thing. I'm at an hour now, so I'll close it out soon. But just listen to this point. I took a 3 hour drive yesterday because I want to say a friend. I can't necessarily call him a friend because he's 10 years older than I am, but he played a very vital role in my life. He was my strength coach in college. He worked with all the athletes in college. I played hockey. I played at a varsity level, and this guy was our strength coach, but he was so much more than that. He was a mentor in life. He was a phenomenal guy. He was somebody that you could cry with, you could laugh with, you could joke with, you could do anything with, except for slack off in the weight room. You don't want to do that with Coach Long. But I got a phone call the night before and said, "Hey, Coach Long died," and I had no idea. We were just with him. He owned a pizza shop. We were just there eating pizza a couple years ago, and he was just had some great pizza and was happy to give it to us. And I heard that he died. So my buddy and I, we drove out yesterday. We drove 3 hours there and 3 hours back. And are we great for doing that? No, not at all. But it just reinforced the idea that relationships in your life are so vital. And when the people are gone, I'm not saying anything that is going to be this profound news, but being that I just went through it and you hear the stories about what great person he was. And I have my own stories about what a great person he was, as did everybody. I never saw him much after college other than when we went to his pizza place, but yet I miss him because I know he's not there. I know I can't pick up the phone and call him. I know I can't go to his pizza place and eat dinner. I know I can't do that anymore. So when I say I'd love to live in the middle of the country, I would love to live in the middle of the country. I think it's great. It would suit my personality perfectly. It's just that there are some people, many people, I cannot cut that distance tie with and just say, bye bye, I'm here now. Because love is stronger than a political climate. Love is stronger than too much snow or bad roads. And that is my closing message tonight. I hope you enjoyed this live chat. I certainly did. It was a lot of fun for me. I'm thinking perhaps maybe once a month or once every 3 weeks or something. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for supporting the TFG channel. It's not just me. I'm not the firearm guy. We are all the firearm guy, and we are a community of people that love guns, but we love each other. Thank you so much. Have a good night. God bless you, and I'll see you next video.